Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. I think one of the first things that I don't like, a couple cases where this is what.
Oh, did you try the strafe thingy?
Oh, I'm not. Wait, let me. Am I still in game? On gameplay. Let me see here. I shall check in a minute.
I think you merged all of the images, right?
Yeah, yeah, I've merged everything. I'm in gameplay now. Let me
Uh, so just press uh, right shoulder to enter strafe mode. So my next improvement there is that it is still uh, um, you're still not quite accurate enough. I think there needs to be an extra level of like you need to go a little bit slower if you want to be accurate. So.
Yeah, I feel that. I can get that. Yeah, I think we also need the 8 directions, like being able to move in like not just 4. Um,
Yeah, yeah. That
because I think
sounds
that's what it, like
yeah,
one of my first things I wanted to do was move like just around. Like that behavior is
mm,
correct, but yeah, just like around as opposed to
yeah.
just up, forward, right, left, right. It's like diagonal and yeah, in all directions realistically. Um, um, well, no, cool. That works. That's good. That feels good though. I like that.
So if you are if you keep pressing the right shoulder and you're standing still, and then you move the camera around, you will the character will
Yeah, yeah,
rotate.
yeah. This is good. Oh, so okay, I guess so. It moves it offset to so you retain the offset of what you were initially.
Oh no, that is just the animation is not really on the spot because the animation still has root motion. So
Yeah, no, but
the
I meant like I meant as if like as I rotate, I'm rotating. Like he doesn't always try to face the cameras forward. He rotates the face. He rotates just with um the the offset that I'm at. He'll then rotate from that point, not necessarily to face forward.
oh yeah exactly yeah. I mean, to be honest, I wanted to have a look about like just rotating the character and not the camera to see how it feels, but I could never got it to work. Yeah, properly. I think that is another option,
Yeah.
which I don't know if that is the preference or is just that is something that we want to just say no, that's it. Like turning place, it works like that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play with that. I think those are perfect examples of stuff to mess around with.
I think that
Um,
that is a classic example of what Liam can do quite easily. Like just get into those turn in place animation and just make it turn like really in place, like the root doesn't move. Of course, like we can do it in code, but in code you didn't have that understanding if you're just making the character ice skating, right? While if somebody is just do it by hand, it just okay, yeah, it's not ice skating there.
Yeah. Also, currently, I made some tweaks to grab. Currently, I mean, you detect it way too far out. To avoid like, so no, you can no longer do the crazy like drop down and grab with your like by the feet. You have to kind of do it a lot earlier, basically. Um, so it basically avoids any crazy behavior in the grab. But currently, the animations we have are such a they lack the like the impact that it
Yeah,
should have on a fall. Because they are like they weren't very droppy stuff. So like you're falling with pace and you really grab it. So
yeah,
they're just
yeah.
very
With the
smooth
same
and
problem, right? Yeah, your arms are down and then you grab back up. Yeah,
yeah, it's a very
yeah,
it's a very it's a very like the transition in is very smooth, you
yeah.
know, but it
It's
doesn't
too
necessarily
smooth,
match
right?
the
Yeah,
speed. Yeah, it's too smooth. Exactly.
it's too
You
smooth.
you almost
Yeah,
want
yeah,
it to, you know, continue in it here. And to be honest, I think what it is it needs to, you know, really weight your velocity for a much faster grab. And then we can let and then I think a faster grab with the additive physics, that will make it feel right, you know? Because sometimes generally it feels really really good, it's just slow, and it's because, you know, it's doing a gravity based fall, whereas in the animation you were doing sort of a very short distance kind of grab, whereas, you know, here this would require a lot more impact and force going into the grab. So it's just, but, you know, while still meaning that you can grab more times than not, and the nature of the fall means you yeah, so now you no longer do the ones where you're like, if your feet are right, like above the thing, you no longer shoot down to snap and grab it. You actually just bail because you've overcooked it. Um, but then if you try again, you can like kind of get there. I'm still not happy with it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still really, really like it, but um, we will improve it.
yeah.
The thing I want to do now as well, I want to just try using another type of tic tac to see what the behavior is like. Um, so there's a couple, yeah, there's a couple bits and bobs that I want to improve. Um, I still do really like though the this sort of like vault over. See, there's a default input problem though. But yeah, this sort of like climb and then vault over thing that I can't. For some of the dash vaults, just do not like them. Yeah, see, it looks like a thief. I don't even know what that shit. They just do not recognize themselves. Well, we'll look at inputs tonight. That's no worries. All right. What is my priority now? A lot of stuff is working all right. The code isn't too messy either. I think let's just improve bit by bit. There's a couple cases. I still don't like the freaking There's yeah, when you fall, like here, right? This case here. It doesn't do what I wanted. It's better than what currently is the case, but it doesn't do what I actually would like it to do. Then obviously then we've got that works all good actually. Ironically. I think it just needs much better like when you land on I think the motion matching is really underwhelming. All right, let's. And then how are the splats? What are the splats look like? Oh, yes and no. I wonder, could I? What if? Let's see here, right? Because we've got our. Yeah, no. We're gonna do that tonight. The inputs are a mess because even I don't even get picked up. I'm not sure what's going on there. I need to debug them, but yeah, half the time they don't register for me either. Um, so we're gonna do that tonight, though. So one of the things I would want to see. This guy. So your average velocity is 216, but that's not your Z velocity, is it? Yeah. Yeah. I think realistically, then. Oh yeah, that's a palm spin, Johnny. Sorry. Um. Yeah. Your velocity is a bit of a all over the joint. Um. Oh, so 216 your average velocity. I mean, we said yeah, it's your average velocity 216. If we said realistically, I mean, what is my velocity as well? Do that, right? Um. So let's see what. Oh, yeah, it's drastically off. Not not by loads, to be honest. But yeah, we're going in almost 800, 700, 800 as a velocity, whereas that's got an average velocity of like 200 and something. What if we can adjust? I'm curious as to if I just if I let me just do something rogue. Hold on. I do about like 1.2. I don't think I think I override it. So let's actually. You like that, right? Looks quicker. And what I want to potentially see is if, in a similar way we do motion mapping. Oh, someone's drilling us on my yard. Can we adjust our actual animations to better meet everything? I mean, it's a mess because you spread it out to way too much. Don't get me wrong. Um, yeah, absolute mess. But I'm curious, maybe up to like 1.2. That all of a sudden feels smoother. Yeah, you can't escape the code numbers. It is code is the life. This is the life we live now? Hmm, interesting. That's crazy. Primarily because really the grab's got to be on the drop, not on which is why it's going like that, and that's crazy. I don't like. I think that's mad. That's getting rid of that is easier because that I don't. I can drop in. I don't. Interesting. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I wonder perhaps. I mean, maybe. To be honest, maybe we can look at that potentially augmenting speed which we play that guy to try at least what to try and is it just a slow one? It's potentially it could just be that it's slow. The quicker one eliminates all those issues. Might just be one of those ones I wait till we do the mocap before I crack on this next one. Yeah, it's that one annoys me. Let's oh, Oh, I see. Yes, I used to blend back in the physics. Um, from the full. Yeah, that's what I do. Um, let's up this. Let's just see. Sorry, it's a bit boring. I'm just kind of playing around with some stuff to see if I can tweak some parameters to make the bits and bobs feel better. I hate that animation. It feels instantaneous regardless, to be honest. That is the thing. Let me. Ah, let's do this real quick. It's probably gonna mess up a bunch of stuff. That's why that doesn't really work. Yeah, it doesn't work at all because you can't really. You need to preserve your movement inertia. So we have to initialize that. But the blend is better, ish, ish, I guess. um, yeah, it's tricky that one. Tricky one. I think we just got to get that with motion matching. The same way we go back to it, we just got to go actually transition back to not just this upright run. We got to transition back to yeah, we've got to transition into an actual like pose in which we're falling. I think that will drastically help it. So I think that's probably the solution in that regard, which is annoying, but all right. Um, trying to think what focus now. I'm tempted to start on some of the other stuff. I mean, there's inputs really. That's the thing. I want to do that later with Dado. I mean, realistically, it is then just grabbing animations, and then improving the individual stuff. But again, I wouldn't really know how where they're at until I grab an animation that's a little bit more suited. Um, Might start on the climbing stuff then. To be honest. I think what the best course of action is. Because stuff does feel needed, to be honest. What I play, what I'm like, oh, could be useful. Um, obviously a bunch of stuff needs tweaking, cleaning up, yada yada, but yeah, it's kind of been the thing in the back of my mind, like, oh, got time. I also do need to, you got to be able to do more tic tacs, like wall flips and stuff, but again, it's, I don't know, start that if you don't have an animation that can properly debug stuff with. Um, okay. To be honest, it feels like the next natural progression now, actually. Locomotion precision mode, that'll get improved. Now we're doing a grab stuff. We want to be able to grab a ledge and hang. Guess more complex grab stuff really is what's next. Inputs we need to look at tonight. Do that tonight. Just smash that out. Climb is actually pretty good at the moment. Splats work okay. Still unsure about the physics of that sync point, but I think we can improve that. Yeah, this week or next for sure. So then I think really collision stuff. But I guess that's just gonna be constantly worked on. All right, let's because we won't really know again to do a full pass until we've done the input stuff. So let's let me start setting up the climbing stuff. Let's at least get the framework from that. I'm tempted, to be honest, to do that in its own manager, like climbing locomotion. Then we've got climbing, which handles. The only thing is that they kind of are the same, like is climbing and stuff. Like they're kind of the same thing. So maybe maybe it was just the same because then you're gonna do a diet like a dyno and a 180 and a similar-ish behavior. There's no point with your hairs doing a climb manager. All right, let me check this in. Let me sort out the branches. I don't think I've made many changes to it. What changes have I made? Got rid of that. Got rid of just some debug stuff, really. Discard you. That's some animation tweaks. I don't really make any changes, really, but yeah. Let me push this to gameplay, and then I'm gonna branch off from this. We'll leave gameplay. Start new each build gameplay. Yeah, I'm gonna branch off from here. I think that's let's do um oh yeah, okay, I thought I had that open. All right, let's do this. Oh, I love when it crashes. All right, 2 seconds, guys. I'm just gonna quickly grab a drink. I'm throwing the jumper because I'm freezing, and then I'll be back and then we'll start. Coffee. Need my cup for another coffee. Coffee. Little hazelnut caramel latte, I guess. A lot of coffee, but also a fair bit of milk. Cappuccino and all that. It's actually a lot of foam. Okie dokie. Let's bloody do it, mate. Alright, so first things first. Where I want to go about this guy, right, is like this. Oh, this can go. I don't use you anymore. Bonjour, Milbrook. How are you? On this fine Wednesday? This day? We don't use you. You already know, man. Little hazelnut joint. Got to drink it like pinkies up. You pinkies up because we're posh. You know, the aromatic flavor is très bien. The beans are just beaning. It's a good. How you feeling, man? You got 11 days. 11 days. I'm excited, man. All right. So, oh, interesting. See, I think these are not the ways. I think so. We need to think about the best way to do it. Right? There's a couple ways we can do this. Ah, you're chilling, man. You got this, man. So I've got a lot of variables here, but you know what? Let's get rid of everything I don't need. That I'm not gonna use. Eh? What is this valuable? I don't even use it. That is nonsense. I don't use it. That is nonsense. Why are you even here? So, the way I was doing this, but to be honest, I want to see, can I connect? I've got a little surface pad that I use for like drawing my notes out. Unfortunately, you guys can't see my notes, which obviously doesn't help you, but it does help me. Let me get my, I've got a little surface pad now that I can draw my notes on and stuff. What I want to try and do is basically, because okay, so the aim is I want the system to be dynamic, right? I'm regretting starting this now because it's going to be a month's worth of work. But let's just get it going. So the way I want to tackle that is like I need to create these anchor points dynamically. Oh, I want to. How can I show you what I'm planning to do? Can I connect this guy to something? I don't even know if I can. Well, you should be able to, but I don't see a port in which I can do that. So, can I stream my Surface Pro to this? Okay, hold on. Maybe I can. Sorry, this is a bit boring for you guys. I will. I promise. I will. Okay, there's a little cast option. It's not looking like it, people. Unfortunately, it is not looking like it. And I don't have a like a HDMI thing on. Sadly. Um. of another Windows PC. Ah, on the PC you'd like to project from, projecting to this PC. Oh, okay. Start, settings, system. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, okay. This is cool. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a. It's a side tangent, but this is going to be cool. Cool. All right. Well, this is kind of cool, guys. You're gonna be able to see what my little drawing pad is doing, so that we can together debug and get this right. Um, because yeah, I want to show you what I'm doing. Cause that'd be cool. Because then if I get this set up now, then when we do all the other stuff, we can like you can see me as I draw on it and shizer and whatnot. That'd be cool. That'd be interesting. This thing so it's 1 megabyte. Why is this thing so long? You know what I mean? Crazy. There's a lot of stuff here. Wow. Um, but yeah. So sort of idea behind it, I'll briefly rough it out, is to have. Let's think about it this way, right? So we've got our characters on the wall now, right? So we grab to lead, we sync to thingy, now we go to the climb movement mode. Now, rather than just say, oh, interact between points, the issue with that is it's not dynamic in the sense of like, if my object I'm on is moving, I can't move to, I just say, oh, move to this point here because that point there is moving, right? Because so if I say move to this location in the world, if that wall moves, that location in the world is still where I'm moving to. So what we have to do is dynamically create anchors in the world that attach to whatever object they're on. So if this object moves or does whatever, that anchor will move with it, right? And then once that anchor, and as that anchor moves with it, right? Yeah. So then as that anchor moves with the object, we can then move to that anchor point. Um, Now we could do the climb procedurally, right? So we move like a limb, so we're like this, and then we go like limb, foot, right? Which you see a lot of systems doing. The only thing with that is they there's a balance, right? Because they look cool because you can get like all degree of move, like okay to that point, reach to that point, step up to this point for like that like immediate movement. Um, but I wonder if actually in this case it's a little bit more like uncharted in the sense of like you make play an animation, like make an action, like action, like move right, and that's an actual animation to move right, move left, like small move right, small move left. Flip side also could do motion matching, but the tricky thing is for a dynamic object, it's not motion matching relies on your trajectory constantly being updated. Um, but which I mean, is that so wrong? Because we still create the anchors, and then your trajectory. So then, if that anchor moves, you should actually move to it. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe I think we can just do motion matching then. Because then we're just, in essence, just moving to our desired position on the anchor point, um, through the motion matching. So it's just like move there, move there, move there, motion matching, handling animations. And that way our trajectory can go crazy and the motion matching can just, if the anchor moves like down, it can pick that up where we need our movement to be. And we're, in essence, just constantly moving towards anchor points at our desired speed. Interessant. Interesting. But then I guess the flip side of that is then we have to say, oh, you're moving to your anchor point. Because I'm imagining both are moving. Once you make the move, yeah. Imagine they're going like this, and I say move up there, and it goes, trajectory starts to go, it's move it. It needs to leave that point. And then I guess you're then just, yeah, you are always just going towards that point. Yeah. I mean, I don't actually see why that shouldn't work. As long as my trajectory is based off of anchor points. Like, I think that's the key thing. How we do the animation, there's a lot of different ways we can try. But the anchor point stuff is the key bit. All right, let's what do I do here? Let's cast this dude. Connect to a wireless display. Connect to a wireless display. Okay. Oh. Well, that's handy, isn't it? That's kind of cool, to be honest. And I've actually got two screens here, ironically, which is kind of cool. Oh, so it's an actual, I can minimize. Oh, there you go. This is what I wanted to have. Oh, wow. So if I draw on this guy, oh, you guys do see it. Okay. Oh, lovely. Uh, you can see, you guys can't say I don't spoil you. You know what I mean? This is what we call, this is what I like to call, this is top quality thing. Okay, let's go to the code. Fire this bad boy. All right, so let's let's go climbing, right? Okay, so let's think about it this way, right? So say we've got, right. Okay, so say we've got our dude here, right? He's on a little ledge, right? Okay, and then we want to move to, I don't know. I should have really done more. Hold on, let's get rid of this guy. So let's move him down here. So say we've got a little dude here. And he's on a little ledge like this, right? And we want to move up to a little block here. We're currently, what we currently have is our like current anchor, right? Which is the thing we're attached to in the world, right? So the anchor point. Okay. Yeah, so we keep our anchor point to attach us to wherever we are in the world, right? And so now, so then if this, and then we create another anchor point here, right? Oh, oh. And we create another anchor point there, right? Then if we look at it from a view of like, then if this ledge does whatever, right, moves that way, anchor point stays there. All right, so we create our anchor points. It moves between, however. Now, the I guess the key bit is generating those anchor points because that's pretty straightforward, right? We just say add a point to a word, attach it to whatever components it's attached to at the relative location, keep it there. I think potentially if we've got our dude here, right, on this little ledge, right, and we've got a bunch of ledges around us. Um, right. We need to create anchor points to each one, right? Or depending on where my input is, we then create anchor points like kind of conally. So if I'm pushing this way, create anchor points off anything in that direction. And I guess we create these anchor points off like set distances. What I'm trying to see is if I can avoid too many traces. Um, unless I like, because then we don't need it, right? If I'm not pushing in that direction, I don't need to check it. So then I can say, this is similar to what I did last time, and it worked, to be fair, is if, say this is the ledge one, and they've got ledge here. I guess trace out, like, in this direction here, until you find a valid point of, like, and have, like, these be, like, set distances. So then you end up detecting a valid ledge along this kind of line, this in this kind of direction of your movement. If that valid ledge is in fact, what you want it to be. So if that valid ledge can be an anchor point, create one. Um, issue there though is how do you because we don't need to do it every frame. You know what I mean? Like you need to keep on kind of like moving between them. Um, yeah, no. I did that. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can do it. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it for like more dynamic systems because you can, but it's not necessarily just like alert from A to B. Because what I also could potentially want is to have like you can fall and overshoot it, and like if you're moving too fast, you've got to slow down, or it's like more animation based, right? So if you if you think about it like this, right, the um the animation based way will basically say, oh, I'm here on this little ledge, and I want to move here. do that with an animation, right? And that's fine because then once you detect it, you just move to it, right? So once you pick up the ledge, you move to the ledge. If I say instead I'm here, sort of constantly move with like a trajectory to this point. So it's constantly moving from A to B. Um, Using motion matching. The tricky bit really is just like this will just regenerate that trajectory, which is realistically actually pretty easy to do. Um, because I've already done that. Like I've done all this before, and I actually had it working. I'm just trying to think if there's a better way to do it other than the way I did it before. Um, so we have our trajectory from A to B, from A anchor to B anchor. So I mean, either way works. That's fine. I think I want to do the motion matching way. Um, my thing is, what's the most efficient way to create all of those anchor points? Is it better to yeah, but they're both easy. I'm not thinking about. I'm thinking about the most efficient way to create the action points. So the animation way, that's playing like a montage move. That's fine. Trajectory way, we update the motion matching and we go on. Um, I'm thinking creating those anchor points. Can't tag them. That's no. So it has to be created dynamically. So we got to shoot some kind of trace out. It's just whether or not there's a slightly more optimized way of doing that. Because I don't want to like fire out like a trace with like you can have like a little gap right between each one. To like this is what I did before. I just shot a trace, detected the ledge. Once I got a ledge, I attached an anchor point to that ledge. Um, but then I kind of want that anchor point to. I guess I could then say like when moving between anchors, don't check. So once you've detected an anchor point, that's where you're moving to. So okay, so let me say trace out once once we detect anchor, stop trace, move to anchor. Once sorry, that just looks so messy. I actually apologize. um, so I'm just kind of brainstorming in my head. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, do you know what I could do? Yeah, but that's just not as dynamic, is it? I was gonna say, um, force it to move in specific directions, but no, that's not as cool. You want to be able to move in whatever direction your input's in. Because I had it before, and the character basically went douche, 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 douche. It was moving like that. Like think about it like a little block that moves between things. Once it reaches there, it moves to the next. So it was like douche, douche, douche while moving along, douche, 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 douche. Um, and I guess that actually would work. So rather than it'd be like move right to then move left. Because I guess you can't really. It is like climbing are action driven. Unlike you can't like stop and turn. But if you're like, do it, I can't just say, oh no, move right, and be like, I would finish the right movement and then come back on myself. And but maybe with motion matching, that's fine. So maybe that is just what it is. And then our input is what will scale that, and then we use motion matching to drive both the speed of the trajectory and our thing. But in essence, we are just moving between points in the most simple. Like you will do it through the character movement component, and we will just move between points at whatever driven speed we want to move at, and that way it can be replicated nicely. So it's yeah, start A, move to be like the sliding. Start A, move to B, clamp it to this point here against that surface point. And then once we get the character, okay, you know what I could do? All right, let's do this. Let's just get it that our dude. So we got a little block of walls, right? Let's just get it so that we can move. Oh, that's so ugly, Jesus. Let's get it so that we can move between these, right? Create your anchor, move to anchor, create anchor, move to anchor, create anchor, move to anchor. It's a similar way of what I did before, but maybe that is just the best way. Like, shoot out, do your detection. Once you've got anchor, set that as your anchor point. Move towards your anchor. Once you've reached your anchor point, then move to. Then you can detect a new anchor, move to your anchor point, and then we just have our trajectory direction, our trajectory being not between being directional between 2 points. That's the diff. Okay, that's the before my trajectory was from A to B, and that was like basically it would stop at A and B. Whereas now actually it's just the trajectory is a direction driven by whatever speed. Um, and then yeah, we move from A to B. Yeah, create anchor, move to anchor, create anchor, move to anchor, create anchor, move to anchor. While you're moving to your anchor, don't check for a new anchor. Once you reach your anchor, you can check for a new anchor. Character movement component will move the thing, clamp it to our anchor points, which will have like how low we are, like which would be like a ledge point basically. So yeah, that'll clamp it to the anchor point. Then we can inject the motion matching trajectory to do these actions of like, oh, because then actually, if my trajectory carves because my point moves, I can be like, oh, say it moves this way, then my trajectory can curve on itself. Um, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Because then I can be like this, in essence, get this full range of movement of actual movement with my trajectory, and then we layer IK on top of that to sync between 2 points along each anchor while we're moving between them. So it's sort of like procedural mixed with motion matching, mixed with data driven code. So the character movement will move the character. The motion matching will handle the animation. The IK will handle syncing up the limbs and stuff to points on the wall. And it's dynamic because we only create a new anchor point once we move to the new one. That makes sense to me. Okay. Okay, so first things first. Let's okay. Okay, this makes sense. All right, so first things first. Let's create our anchor points. So an anchor is just a ledge position. Location. Oh, actually it's just a ledge. No. Yeah. Oop. It's just ledge data attached to actor, right? So that's what our anchor is. And then all we're gonna do now is okay, to do find, so find the valid ledge points in input in the input direction, right? That's the first thing we'll do. Once we found the valid edge point in input direction, um, yeah, find the valid ledge points in the input direction. Once we found all our valid ledge points, then we'll attach, create anchors. I think we only need one anchor, which is what I did before. Before I created multiple and it had like an array of all the anchors, but I think we just need to do one anchor at a time. Um, yeah, create anchor. And attach that to actor. And then stop the anchor detection. And that way, we're basically just do it like one thing at a time. All right, that makes complete sense to me, I believe. So let's just first of all find the valid point into the action, create the anchor and attach it to the action, and then stop the anchor detection and wait until reach new action. And then we'll debug anchors. Yep. Right. Cool. That is our plan of action. Any of that makes any sense. This is handy because I normally just write this down on a piece of paper. I like to yeah. Okay. All right. that makes sense. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get rid of you for now. Okay, let's do this. So what have we got already? So we've got our climb anchor and then our target anchor. Um, this guy here. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll sort that out. Um, I don't need that because this has an actor. Um, I don't think I actually need this. Because the legend data actually has its own thing. Yeah. Okay. This is for attaching and those stuff. Okay, so I already did all this crap. All right, so let's do this, right? Um, do we even need to do that attach? Can't we? We could just store. No, we can still attach like relative position of it. That or we could don't even need to do any attach or thing. We just store both. We just then access the actor, and then we save its compared to the actor location. We store the offset of the anchor. So then, whenever we move the actor, we store the offset rotation and the offset of the anchor, the relative thing. We'll see anyway. We'll see whatever's best when we play. There's two ways we can do it. I see. I think that's what attached does anyway, but we'll see. Um, this guy. I'm not sure what this guy is useful for. I don't really buy that. So we've got our current anchor and then our target anchor, and those two are going to change. Yeah. Let's just get rid of this stuff here. Okay. So let's create our little I wonder actually, are we better off rather than an on tick doing it through the same way we do the yeah, we move it that way. Um, is it? Dude, does it go in here? Nah, I think it does go in climbing. All right, let's just keep it. Let's do it meh way for now. Do I have a tick? Is there a tick function? No, it's not. Cool. What we're gonna do is just dt 0.0 tick climbing. I'm not sure about this. Let's just say if is climbing. Actually, let's go. If can update climbing movement. Because what are all um Actually, just this isn't. I'm just now thinking actually how that movement component would be, because that would just need 2 points, target point, and yeah, that'll just need a target point and a current point to move between at the given speed. I think they're all gonna work. It's gonna work independently of each other. Um, so really, update the trajectory, and through updating the trajectory, we update our target points. Then then actually, in that case, because really, right, then because I think then actually the character movement, our custom character movement handles that movement. So that is going to handle the actual going from A to B. Uh, yeah, that's going to handle going from A to B. Where should I put that guy then? We can move. Is this guy going to be the one that creates the target points? Probably. And then what feeds that to the climbing state basically. And then that climbing state is what moves between A and B. Yeah, because we have to update the trajectory and do all that bits and bobs. So if we're updating the trajectory, then it means, yeah, locomotion component can handle that trajectory update. This guy will create the anchors. Locomotion will handle that. But that climbing movement component still needs needs to know start and endpoints. So like always be moving to it at the desired speed, basically. Hmm. And then we can have a delegate actually that says reached climb point that we can fire off once we're close enough. For it to then say, oh, you've reached a climb point, generate a new one. Just thinking where I inject the because I don't want the character movement to talk to rely on a climb to talk to speak to the climbing manager. Although to be fair, I could just have a getter be like, oh, character movement, get my target anchor point, get my current anchor point. And then in essence, that guy is always just moving towards it. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Get target anchor, get current anchor, get desired speed. 3 getters that we pull. That guy uses that and he's just doing its own thing. This guy is what's going to set whatever anchors it wants. Locomotion component pulls from this guy to get my desired trajectory. I smell burning. That makes the most sense. All right, so this guy is just that works actually, because then the locomotion component will generate the trajectory. This guy generates the anchors, that generates the trajectory, based off of the anchors if you're climbing, and then the movement will move between the two. Okay, okay, so let's run that to see if that will just let us know if we can actually tick it. Well, at what point we can tick it, and then we'll start doing this. Start doing trace behavior. Easy peasy. We'll get there. It's a bit of faff initially, just so I can wrap my head around what. We'll get there. Beautiful. So lovely, lovely, lovely. Um, let's do update. Um, all right. Nuts. So Um, so for this guy, what do we need to do? We need to. I don't wanna. Yeah, what I can do is begin climbing. What I can do is reset. Because what basically, if we. The first thing is we need to. Oh, uh, actually, what we need to do, initialize this guy here, and say reset anchors. In fact, it's more like clear. Right, so like basically this guy is gonna say, okay, well, we don't have any anchors at the moment, initialize them so that we do. And then once we've initialized our anchors, whenever we stop climbing, clear all the anchors. Whenever we do initialize it, start climbing, initialize your anchors so that we have any, so we have some. Um, and then we can begin to do whatever else we need to do. Uh, just so that we know at least we have an anchor to A, we're on, and B, to move from. Um, I guess really, this set climb anchor, this function will take a point. Because what I want to do is basically pass it a valid point and then set the anchor from that. Um, so if I pick up this little ledge here, then I say, okay, well, create your anchor through that. But your anchor point is actually going to be. No, you know what? Because we can do that in a character movement already. The climb anchor should just be a ledge point. Um, hmm. Think about that, Jeff. 'Cause, I don't want this to be a reference to it. Um, yeah, I don't want that to be a reference to that, actually. Unsure about that, to be honest, but we'll see. Um, I might have some jiggly, jiggly, jiggy things. Right. Okay. Da, 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. Um. mm, 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 mm. Ah, hold on though, because these are what do you call it? These are a no pointer. um, where do I use lovely God? Oh, oh, interesting. You have to create the object for that. That's why I'm not sure I like that. Because then we have to, handle the lifetime of that. Does it even make sense this being a class? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that makes sense, it being a class. Um, I'm not even, I'm just, like, we've done that, but then we've got to create one. You know what I mean? Um, I don't think that makes sense because then I've this guy is alive for no reason basically. Let's when all we really care about is this does it's just the ledge data. That's all I actually care about. Um, whereas this could just really be could just be a struct. You know what I mean? Like an struct that has ledge data and thingy. That's all it should be really. You know what I mean? Um, rather than a class. I think a class makes sense of this. There is an object to that. I think I did that as an object before because I thought it was this thing that had a lifetime, but it's not. I think it is just a. And then what we'll do instead, this is better. We'll just store the reference to the actor, and then it's saved offset as a value for that anchor. That's a better way of doing it, rather than having to create a whole new object. Which is why I initially did it, and that's why this attached thing worked, because it's like, oh, create an object, attach that object to this new one, move between this object location, but we don't need that. We just need the relative rotation and location. We save that, and then that's where the anchor per se will always be. So then whenever we want to access the anchor's position, we say, okay, well, get your object position plus your object base offset. That is where you're going to be in the world. Okay, let's change this around. Let's change this around. Let's where do I create my struct? We've got a couple. Do I have a climbing interface? I'm trying to think if I've got a. Right. No, I'm trying to think if I actually have one. You can do it in the data table interface too. No, I just learned coding by doing it, to be honest. Obviously, I studied, but my stuff was like Python and stuff like that, not really C++. So I've just learned it by doing it. Yeah, I think let's do it in here maybe. I think maybe let's do it. Nah, what we could do instead is if we do it in the not in there. Let's do it in the do we have a climbing manager interface? Maybe in here. But I guess if they all want to access it, maybe this guy is the best place to put him. Put everything in there. But this stuff is specific. Si data table. This guy maybe. What would you no? This has a bit of space. Yeah. I think maybe in it here. Potentially, actually. I think here. Because this is where we had like our anim inputs, yeah, vault data. Yeah, let's stick this dude in here for now. Yeah, we'll stick it in here. Because we got our IK data, our action cube, velocity, yada yada yada. Let's Because I know the anchor points are going to be used in more than one place. Climb anchor. Let's trace. Oh, maybe that's a better place to do it. In here. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. God, my very beautiful. Mm. Mm. Um, Thank you, guys. How kind of you. I think that's all it needs, you know. I don't really think it needs anything else. This is what I mean. I kind of, oh, this will need to be approved. You fucking. It doesn't need all this crap. And then what can we have? We need set anchor. Mm-mm. Oh, I need to do that really. Yeah, let's do that. Mm-mm. Wait, what the? Yeah. I think this is the. Okay. And what we're gonna do here, if data. Uh, Excuse me. Oh no, I'm doing this all wrong. It's not. We don't want that. And it's ridiculous how much I can imagine, to be fair. Yeah, to be fair, the weather's leng. I can't lie, the weather's crazy. It's actually excited to go outside. I need to eat. My brain is. We don't want legendary. We want I don't think the anchor cares about all this. I think all the anchor cares about is the actor, its relative positional offset, and its relative rotational offset. Like, what way is the anchor facing? Those are the two things we care about. Oh, but we can create that by using legend. We can specify what way the anchor is facing. We just need to know. Um, yeah, because that legendary, that's the angle be it. Actually, you know what it probably is. To be fair, maybe it actually is just you pass it the parent. Oh, and then, oh, what I could do? Here we go. Set anchor data, right? Pass it the parent, and then we say world location. That will generate the point. Tell you, man, you got to make the most of it. World location. Curious. I'm wondering why I actually even need to do that. Can't I just do that when I do my actual detect? Oh, well, you may as well just do it in the thing, innit? I guess you don't really need to do that in the when you set it. I guess we could do it in here. Um, Save that guy. Mwah. Um, I want to. I guess I just want a normal, really, Dylan. Anchor normal. There's no like additional stuff off of that. Set arc data to do that, and then we set anchor normal, and then get your anchor location. Boom. And that, my friends, will give us. Oh, that ain't right. We do need the relative rotation. Da, 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 da. We initially give it a rotational offset. Say your anchor is. Uh, oh, let's say your anchor is. You seeing this, guns? You seeing this nice little setup I got going? Crazy. Say your anchor is this guy here. Oh, that is ugly as a square can be. Let's. Because I'm not smooth. Terrible. I was wondering why it was so ugly. So you've got your lovely guy here. That's your anchor. Um, that is on a bigger surface like this, and you've got your world thing here, and then your anchor position is like there, right? Then we say, what is our offset, right? And then if this guy moves over here, so it's now here, got its new position. We then take this position here plus our offset to get this position. So now we've, in essence, attached this anchor point to that anchor point without ever having to store an object and attach that object to it. We just save a relative position offset. Okay. Easy peasy. This is why I did it. It's like a, you can change the color as well, but I like the green with the white. It feels like a chalkboard. Um, that's kind of why I did it. Okay. What am I doing in my life? God, I'm hungry. I need to get food in something else. Can't see. I've done nothing today. I've been so, I don't know if I'm burnt out or what it is, but my brain mentally has just been so like recently. Um, cool. Happy days. I'm happy. The world is happy. The world's healing. Um, right. Lovely. So now when we go on this guy and we say, oh look, have we got a valid ledge? If so, then we do set anchor data. And we're gonna pass in our get ledge trace data, the actor. We're gonna say get ledge trace data dot ledge location. And we're gonna pass in get yeah. No, that's what I want. That's what I need. And that's what I do. But that's what I please. And I say, hey, ho, what you gonna do? Put up in the back, make a person go through. Oh. No, actually. That way we have a rotation like that. Based on that guy, so it's gonna be rotated in that angle. Whoa. We do the same thing for this guy. Beautiful. I can't spell. Visualize your climb anchors, clear your climb anchors. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It does this. Take a ledge data. I mean, what I could really do is initialize this ledge data. Let's not bother. Let's do it like this. So now when we say this guy, so this already, this will do this, right? So what I'm actually gonna do, let's in here, let's just go debugs. Get world. Ugh. But hopefully this does what I need it to do. We're gonna see. Not gonna lie. Radius, let's go 10.0 f. Segments, let's go 32. And let's go color f color. Let's go red for the other main guy. False. Let's go 0.0. Right. This should hopefully draw something. And then let's do find ledge, delta time. Let's get rid of U too. Let's get rid of U. And then this guy is called on can tick. If you can tick, update your climb anchors. Let's do begin climbing. Oh, what I should do actually? I should say if ah I guess it is anchored. I guess you can determine this whether or not it's got an actor. No. Yeah. All right, let's fire this up. Oh no! Before we do that, begin climbing. We need to initialize the climb anchor. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna clear the climb anchor, and I'm only gonna begin climbing once, so that hopefully it should just stay there in the world. And then that is the beginning of the anchor shizer. Then I'm gonna get some food. I like this. I like this little setup I've got going. Oh, you're so good. I'll tell you what as well, Guns. Wait, Guns, are you still in, is it? Ah, we've got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. I think we'll delete this crap. Right. You know what? You don't say the thing. I picked up this Surface Pro, like Surface Pro 6, right? Like it's basically it's like a laptop basically, but like a tablet laptop. Mate, £180. eBay bid. It's also I was so shocked. It was freaking what am I doing, man? Hold on. It's because it was like 16 gig of RAM and like 600 freaking gig. Um, I was like, rating professional. It's like that's a top tier steel. It's not bad, is it? Top tier steel, that. I'm still cheap, to be fair. But no, bang. God, I love being able to like rather than writing it on pen and paper, being able to write the notes here. Because I realize I need to say what I'm thinking and then write. I need to write down the mental or draw thing to fully understand it. Hopefully, it makes the streams a bit more. You guys, because half the times I remember times I'd be writing it down, trying to say it, but now you can actually see what I'm trying to do. I mean, to be fair, I should just have the freaking. You know, I could just. Do you know what I can do? Hold on. I do quite like this software as well. Now I can minimize this guy. You don't see it because it doesn't update. Oh, it's because I closed myself. Okay, that's never helpful. Let's reconnect. Connect to you. If I move you over here. I'll zoom in on this guy. Control, Alt. There you go. And I could just make it super. I can ramp the opacity up. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's funky. Because now I got it on my screen as well, but the opacity is just really low, and I've got it pinned on top, in like a. Can't even really see it on my screen, but. Let me make it more beautifully presented. It needs its own frame, but I'm gonna do that later. Look at that. Now we've got our own little thing, guys. We are flying, and if I give it a little shake, yeah, nice. Cool. Look at this setup, man. I'm gonna draw you guys guns quickly. This is what guns looks like. Oh, how do I? Let me re-rotate you back, please. Thank you. I should really just just doing whatever. Roundabout, I've butchered your nose, man. I'm sorry. What do you look like? I don't even know what Guns looks like, to be honest. I'm just kind of messing around here, to be honest. Oh, let's get rid of that. Jesus. This is Guns. Oh, it was fun to draw. There you go, Guns. You can chill there. Faceless. You got no hair. I can't be asked to draw your hair. I don't even. What is your hair like? I don't know. I actually don't know. No clue you look like. I've no clue. I do obviously know what you look like. I just can't. My head is just a white guy. Anyway, back to yeah. Alright, so that's not optimal. Oh, they climb anchors. It did draw it. To be fair, to it, did draw both. Now, oh, hold on. See, I'm very stupid. Oh yeah, I can't update the climb anchors. Uh, let me let's do this. Hold on. It's actually technically correct. Um, Do it like that. Just so I can see that it's setting and staying and it's staying there. Yeah, I think I need food. I can't, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. I go through like periods. I think I'm burnt out to me. My brain. I'm just working so slowly recently. Then I'll be like, oh, one day I'm just gonna add like 10 things. But today I did not sleep. I don't think I have enough sunlight or air in this house. God. These are an Insta post as well. Might do. Let's do a. Cool. Now, moment of truth. Is if I move this guy, yay! See, this is what I mean. You see how the red dot stays on it? So that's where I'm saying the anchor is set up. So now I can move this guy around all I want, and that the red dots stay where they are relative to the anchor. Um, and we don't need to have an object or anything like that. We just have a just all relative. Cool. Happy days. It's pretty straightforward, nothing crazy, but we just created the the thingy for that. And now what we need to do is when we say stop climbing, we clear our lovely climb anchors, and all will be well in the world. That's that. So that is the creation and destruction of the anchors as pretend they're an object. They're not an object, but like positionally, right? The data for them, the anchor data. Now we need to actually create that, like actually find the anchors and then set your anchor point, right? So in the same way we've got like initialize anchor point, thingy anchor point. Now we need to actually then say, oh, okay, update climb anchors in there. Say, oh, climb anchor is this. Once we've reached the target point, and then set your new climb anchor to whatever it's going to be. I'm not gonna lie, I'm losing concentration. I think I need a break. My brain is just not focusing today. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, I will stream again later. I'll be more focused. I'm kind of just like checked out. Yeah, I will do another stream tonight, a long one. We'll do that. So, but let me check this in anyway. Sure it works first. Check it. My flicks are destroyed. There's something up with that. I don't know what it is, but something's wrong. All right. Anyway, cool, cool, cool. Be. I shall be back in a bit, guys. Let me check this in first. Oh yeah, don't look at the arms and the climbs and stuff. The animation is literally like this. It's the wonkiest thing in the world. Yeah, completely ignore that. Yeah, it's so wonky.